Will, come on, let's talk about Saints. You've got through. Wasn't a great game, to be fair, like in terms of for yourselves, but managed to get it over the line.
No, horrific game. To be quite honest, I don't care if we get over the line. He needs to go, being honest. Like, the way he plays, like, we bottled 2-0 leads in a row at home, the second one to a championship under-21 team. He needs to go.
You want to get rid of him
tomorrow morning at the very latest.
Well, why was he plotted up in the stand, like, for the whole game?
Suspended.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you. I didn't know, yeah, because we didn't have it on. We was listening to it. We didn't have any noise, but I kept panning to him. I'm thinking, is he suspended? I didn't know. Okay, well, I mean, look, getting rid of him, mate, is a bit harsh. You're in a quarter-final.
It doesn't matter. Like, you look at where we are in the Premier League. We've, gone 8-9 games now? We still don't have a win. We continue to sort of, like, just implode whenever we go 1-0 up, 2-0 up. We continue against, like, Ipswich. Again, it's his coaching. It doesn't work. Like, obviously, we concede a last-minute equaliser against Ipswich. Fair enough, it's an absolute wonder goal. But at the same time, we should be out of sight. But he just sits at the back, wants to keep a 1-0 lead, plays tippy-tappy football at the back. It was really nice last year. Russell, thank you for the memories, mate, but it is time to go. Give me David Moyes any day of the week.
You know what? I think David Moyes would be. Listen, David Moyes would get any team out of trouble. I think because he's that type 100%. Of manager. But I don't think. Look, I'll be surprised if you get rid of him.
I would be surprised, to be quite honest, because the board don't like to admit when they're wrong. Nathan Jones, he was given way too long. Within 3 games, you could see it was clearly not going to work whatsoever, but they still kept with him. And at the end of the day, that was what sent us down. Ruben Sellers, don't get me wrong, he's not the worst manager. He's working wonders at Reading. Fair play to him for that. Fair play to him. But, like, honestly, they need to just admit their mistakes, cut ties, and go.
When you say admit their mistakes, he did get you promoted last season, right?
Yeah, he got us promoted last season. But
so what's the mistake?
Everybody, including Southampton fans, will be the first to say we had a Premier League side and we still came 4th. Yes, we.
Honestly, that's such. Honestly, Will. Leicester had a better squad than you. I don't care what anyone said. Leicester had the best squad there.
100%.
Right.
100%. So they deserve to win it. But then you've got the likes of Ipswich, which again we capitulated every single time we played them. We lost 1-0 the first time. The second time we conceded 2 goals in the last 5 minutes to lose it. We've done the exact same this season against them to lose a win.
But Will,
that player final.
But Will, you're just Southampton, mate. You don't have a squad. No, you are, Will.
They're better than 1 point, aren't they?
Yeah, we might be just Southampton.
I don't know whether they are, mate.
Everybody else,
I don't know whether they are better than 1 point.
People within Southampton, like, I work 60 hours a week. I've got a little one. I still manage to just about scrape to afford a season ticket each year.
Will, with respect,
I travel up and down the country. I have to watch that.
Will, with respect,
it's not going to work. He's gonna take us back down.
With respect, what you do for a living is irrelevant to this conversation.
Oh, 100%.
So whatever you do... No, but it's true, though, Will. You can't be using your job as a stick to beat Russell Martin with. That's not fair.
Well, at the end of the day, when every single one of those Saints fans that hold a season ticket work hard, pay £300, £400, £500 a season to watch it, and to watch yet another horrendous Premier League campaign where we could actually have a chance if we get signings right. If we
you've got no you've got no chance, mate. Who's going to come in? Okay,
we did have a chance. However, it's more likely gone now.
No, it hasn't gone yet. You can still stay up. If you had a magic wand, who would you put in charge of your team right now? And the gloves are off. You can have whoever you want. Who's keeping you up?
Oh, if there's no money is an object. Jose Mourinho every day of the week. But if we're being realistic, give me David Moyes. David Moyes will keep any team up. We've got the physical players. We've also got the quick players as well that can play off.
I don't know if David Moyes would go to Southampton, mate. I don't know if he'd
go
there.
It's always worth asking.
Yeah, I know. You might ask him and he picks up the phone and go, no thanks.
It might be if he does that, then fair enough. Fair play to him. We then look at other options. It might not be the most entertaining football, but it gets results.
Will, do you think...
isn't what we need at the minute.
Will, let me ask you this. Do you think Russell Martin, if given a better quality of squad, would be able to do better with the style of football he plays?
Yes. However, he doesn't have that team. But he still tries to play it around the back. The only person that I would 100% trust at the back with the ball is Harwood Bellis. And that's because he's come from a Pep Guardiola sort of City who have basically instilled...
against Man City the other day, Will, you passed it around well. It was the end product which was poor.
Oh, 100%. That's... End of the day, we always play well against City, being honest. Like, we beat them, 2-0 in the Carabao Cup when we had Nathan Jones. They seem to... We seem to be their bogey side sometimes.
You did get
beat. Always win. Yeah, we do get beat. Sometimes with their bogey side, sometimes we're not. But we play well, and that saves him. He should be gone before we play our crunch matches against Everton and Wolves. They are probably going to define our season. If we lose both of them, we have no hope whatsoever. If we win both of them, then fair play. If he's still in charge, fair play to him. I'll be the first to admit that I'm wrong.
Okay, all right, Will. Listen, thanks for your call.
They've got Everton at home and Wolves away. They're two massive games.
Am I right in saying that you know, they ain't got a star player, have they? They've got some good players, but you know,
you and I watched the game at the weekend.
Have they got like a standout performer where you go, he's going to keep them up? Like, they haven't.
No, I think he's
the championship forwards.
Yeah, he's. I think he's a very good manager. I think he's persisting. You and I had this conversation on Saturday. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you're of the opinion that he is managing Southampton for the benefit of him, as opposed to just explain what you tried to mean.
So my argument with Russell Martin is he plays really nice football. And it's easy on the eye, and it looked great against Man City. But over 9 games, you got 1 point. And the issue that you've got is he doing what's best for Southampton in terms of being adaptable, being hard to beat, changing the formation to win games, or are you playing this style of football and sticking to your guns, even though you're getting beat every week because you're thinking about your next move? A bit like Vincent Kompany with Burnley.
So, yeah, I don't disagree with you. But I think if you employ a manager, and Southampton knew what they were getting in bed with when they employed Russell Martin, they knew what he wanted to bring to the club, they knew exactly the style he wanted, and he is going to say, look, here's how I want to play the game, here's how I see the game being played. He will probably look at what he's done now and feel, I've done enough to prove it's worth continuing. However, if he is then to turn into a 5-3-2 merchant or a 5-4-1 merchant, he's then going to say, I'm not sure I want to coach like that. I'm not sure I know how to get the best out of my team like that.
Yes.
And there is a naivety about it.
But there also is a way, of winning games. Like you got to see a game out or, find a way to win. If you got 1 point from 9 games, you keep playing out from the back and, it's nice sometimes, but you ain't hurting teams.
Well, the Ipswich
eventually it's going to be like, well, what are we doing here? We need someone who's going to try and keep us in the Premier League.
Well, then they have to make their decision. Everyone knows what's going on here. He's not changed his style. No. Here's who I am as a manager. Here's how I see the game being played as a manager. I'm not changing who I am and who I want to be. Based on what... Because what does that do?
Yeah, and that's fine. But Andrew's got the same problem at the moment with Spurs. His style of play. All of a sudden, it starts coming into question. Well, all right, you can have a style of play, but are you getting results?
Then you need to adapt in the Premier League. I think the Premier League is probably the best league in the world for finding out managers that do not or don't or won't adapt. Mm-hmm. You need to be, and this is why Nuno is doing so well right now at Wolves. Nuno has learnt. He has adapted and adjusted.
Yeah.
Russell Martin is still very much in the infancy of his managerial career, by the way.
Yeah.
We're not talking about a manager that's been in the game 25 years.
Yeah.
We're talking
Nuno's the perfect example.
So Nuno went
from last season now.
And to what he's doing now, he has shown, I will do this away at Liverpool, this away at Chelsea. Yep. I'm going to do this away at Leicester. Yeah. 3 very different types, or 2 very different types of style of play, yet all of them reaped rewards. And that's what Russell Martin's got to learn. And if Saints fans want to get rid of that, fine. But what I'm saying is Russell Martin right now I don't think is prepared to do that, mate.
Okay, well, Saints boss Russell Martin has been speaking after that 3-2 win over Stoke tonight. He was frustrated that his side threw away a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, it should have been easier than it was in the end. Like, we were so dominant in the first half, we should have gone in at 2-0 up. So I was a bit annoyed about that. By the time I left the stand and come to the change room, we were 2-0 up, and it was 2-1 by the time we got down here. So I was annoyed and frustrated at that. But I really liked the performance on the whole in the first half. The final choice in terms of pass or cross or finish wasn't quite there. We could have made more of that. So we didn't create enough for the dominance, and then we give them something to hang on to. It changed the context of the game a little bit, but we were so dominant, so aggressive with the ball in terms of and territory. We should have had more to show for it, but Stoke hung in. They're fighting with everything they've got. They have a good coaching staff, good people, good players. So we have to respect that, defending with big numbers, and then they caught us with a moment in a counter attack, and nearly did again later on in the game. So the boys came through that moment of adversity, and we won the game with a moment of quality from Breezy. Because the defenders spent a lot of time high up the pitch tonight with the ball, and thankfully for us, one of them came off.
Yeah, look, he's obviously talking about final ball, and that is what I've noticed from Southampton the most this season. Is they do play some nice stuff. Yeah, they give the ball away, and it's going to cost them. It's going to cost them points. But the final ball and the final moment really is where the big problems are.
Do you know what, Jay? Never have I noticed more. Something I said quite a while ago. You laughed. Everyone laughed. That I felt the 2-0 was the most dangerous lead. And I was kind of being half joking, half not. But the truth is, if you're going to play the way Southampton do, at 2-0 up, you always give the opposition a chance. Mm-hmm. And the game is never over. The game is never over at 2-0. I've never seen more games at 2-0 this season than ever before. 2-0 up. There's countless. I can count half a dozen. 2-0 up. You get your collar felt. Mm-hmm. Because then you have to, when you're 2-0 up, you should control the game.
Control the game, yeah.
In the games I can think of, you lot against Brighton, tonight, there's other games, Everton, my God, 2 of those already. Do you then, we're talking Sean Dyche here.
Yeah.
At 2-0, how do you change? What does he do at half-time? We're 2-0 up. Well, if you're winning the game comfortably, surely then the game you manage. You should never lose a game at 2-0 up. No, well, you never ever lose.
You minimise risk, and you slow the game down and dictate it to your tempo. But they didn't do that, did they? They allowed Stoke back into it. Nearly lost it.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy, Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.